Yo, what up? It's your boy GB on your TV, and we be coming back for episode 2, trying to figure out what we doing till I can stream again. Y'all already know it's a quarantine series. Let's go. This again, story animated. Our little link will be in the description, of course. Um, yeah, I'm skipping why Fortnite is amazing video. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like that video. I'm not gonna like it. But anyway, so we're gonna start with we're back at it. Like I did those 4, so we're trying to keep track of the whole series basically, and we're gonna start with everyone has something why I don't or something or something like that. I don't know, maybe a gift or talent or maybe looks. I don't even know what it's supposed to be about. But we're gonna jump right into it if y'all ready. Let's do the thing. I still don't know what to say there. I don't just whatever. We quarantined. Let's go. All right, let's go.
Hello.
Hey.
I am Jane, and here's my story.
Hey, Jane.
Like everyone else, I look at myself in the mirror several times a day.
I don't.
I mean, we all like to check how we look before we go out, right?
I'm ugly.
However,
I'm ugly.
I'm not going to talk about my physical appearance or my outfits. So let's switch the focus to insecurities. I believe we all have insecurities and some traits we wish we could change about ourselves,
Probably,
right? This
right.
whole nagging issue started years ago when all of a sudden, I felt like I was completely worthless.
Aw.
Honestly, it wasn't all of a sudden.
I like her hair
But I
for real.
screwed up a lot. Do you know what's even worse than feeling worthless?
What?
It's blaming yourself for everything wrong in your life and in the lives of people around you. First, I wasn't a good student in school. It's true I didn't get Fs, but all my grades were Cs and Ds.
That's what I
When you're
got.
not doing well in school, at least you do well in other spheres, right? That
Sometimes.
didn't happen in my case. I was such a shy kid and socially awkward. I never initiated a conversation with anyone.
See, I was the
whenever
exact
made a comment,
opposite.
Everyone ignored me. That's why I decided to remain silent all the time. Oh, and let's not talk about my relationship with my siblings or relatives. My parents are great, but I always felt that they preferred my older siblings over me. I can understand them. My 2 older brothers are very accomplished and social. They have many friends and are praised by everyone in our neighborhood. The fact that I
Hood.
come from a small town perhaps adds to the severity of the issue in my eyes. People called me Jane Shane, and I never understood why.
Me
Maybe
neither.
Shane comes from shy and rhymes with Jane. I don't know. But whoever made this name up is not funny, and I hope he or she is listening to my story now.
Maybe it's a compliment.
The failures in my life didn't cease.
I don't
They
know.
even became my reality and the definition of Jane. Therefore, I hated to look in the mirror, because whenever I did, I started to make up scenarios in my head of what other people thought about me. That killed me.
Shame.
I hated the way I looked and thought and
Looked.
behaved. I wanted to be smarter and more popular. Little did I know then, accomplishments don't come your way. You need to run their way and fight to achieve them.
Exactly.
The next step came after I watched a motivational video on YouTube, which shed the light on problems and insecurities like mine. I figured out then that I am not alone in this. I still remember that rainy day in late December when I looked at myself in the mirror and
Late.
said, Jane,
Sorry.
you are worthy of love and respect.
Wow. That says a lot right
My
there.
life
That's a
changed
bold
after that
statement.
moment. I worked very hard to earn the life I wished I'd had. I worked hard to become who I am today, and that worked perfectly. I work in a huge company now, and I am happily newly married. My message is simple. Everyone feels weak and worthless at times, but if you do something about it, you can move any mountain and overcome any obstacle.
That joke gonna
What do you
fall
think
right
of
back
this
on
story?
him. Oh.
Share your success story or your ambitions for the future in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to that channel, y'all. Y'all know what's up. But that's just crazy. I don't know. I don't really care what people think. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm a YouTuber, but like, so I always looking in the comments to see what y'all say. But like, I don't know. I just do whatever I want. I mean, it's my channel at the end of the day, right? Let's go on to the next video. All right, this one's called "My Heart Is Broken Forever Because of My Mother." Mom be tripping. Mom Dukes, you know? She be
My
tripping.
heart is broken forever because of my mother.
Right.
Hello, I am Lisa.
Hey,
and
Lisa.
I hate drama.
No.
However, it seems like in life, the things you hate the most are the things that would most likely happen to you.
Yep.
So, here's my story. I grew up in a small town in North Carolina, and I was such a happy child. Until one day, everything changed. My mother decided it's time for her to move out and pursue another career in another state. I mean, okay, why not? My mother was always the most hardworking person I know, and the sweetest of them all. She's professional and ambitious. She's beautiful and kind. She was seriously the most amazing person in my eyes.
Right.
I told her that even though it will be so difficult for me to move to another city and leave my friends and school,
Nah, they
that
alright.
it's fine. I didn't want to stand in her way of achieving her dreams.
You can find them on
She
Facebook
has
later.
always done her best to make me happy, so I should do the same.
True.
There was my surprise. My mother looked at me sadly. She lowered her head and mumbled some words I didn't get. I asked her to repeat what she said, and there was my shock. The ultimate shock of my life.
What?
My mom looked at me and said she cannot take me with her.
What?
She said that she's moving to another city, but I am not. Do you know what's even worse than that? She said that I will be moving to my father's house, and she assigned all the official papers for that.
What?
At the age
Oh.
of 15, and all of a sudden, my mom gives up my custody, and now I need to live with my dad and his family that I loathe so much. That was the first turning point of my life.
Why you hate them though?
My mom was the person I loved the most, but now she's the one I hate the most. She
Come
disappointed me
on.
so much. How
That
can
don't
be
take it
possible that
personal.
people you love the most are the ones who hurt you the most.
Oh my god.
I couldn't stop myself from hating her and talking badly about her in front of my friends and teachers, but none of them seemed to care and to express any opinion. Okay, so this is what happened next. I moved to my dad's house, and surprisingly, he was so nice to me. It was the first time in my life that I see affection in his eyes. I was sure he's going to humiliate me in front of his other kids, but he didn't. He actually did the opposite. He didn't let Jason, his son, mistreat me. I couldn't understand any of this, but oh well. Months passed by, and my life was going back to normal. But I was so angry that my mom didn't call me, not even once.
Oh my god.
I started to suspect the whole situation. A person cannot change like that in a matter of a few days or months. So, I decided to investigate the whole situation myself. I needed to know why my mom disappeared.
Right.
I have blamed myself for months that I was the reason she couldn't achieve her goals. And that's why she decided to continue her life without me.
That's probably it.
That didn't make much sense to me. I mean, why now? I gave up on finding her after a few attempts. However, what I found out next was the other turning point in my life.
What?
On a Saturday morning, while I was still asleep, my phone rang. I looked at the screen, and it was my mom's number. My heart jumped out of my body for a second. What? Is this a dream? Is it a reality? I picked up the phone so fast and said, "Mom?" She said, "I love you. I am sorry this is happening, but I cannot do this anymore. Please come see me in the hospital, now." I
Does
jumped
she-
out of my bed.
She have a
and
drug
without
problem or
hesitating
something?
for a second, I rushed to the hospital to see my mother. She was attached to machines, looking very weak and different. It was when I found out that my mother has been fighting liver cancer alone for several months now. I couldn't stop crying when I found out that she wanted to protect me,
See?
and that's why she pretended to be moving out. All of this hit me that moment, and I felt so fragile.
You took it so personal.
It was
Worried
the
about
last
yourself.
time
You
I could
selfish.
See my mom. I am thankful I got to hug and kiss her for hours and hours. But now, years after that, the only advice I can give you is to never make any judgments without listening to the others or
Yep.
learning the situation. Sometimes in life, people you love the most are the ones who hurt you the most, because apparently they love you the most.
Ah,
Do you
that's
have
deep.
anything to say about this?
That's deep right there. That's real deep. I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, I only got time for one more because I gotta go to work. I know. You know, essential. But but this is I am a genius, or it said, "Am I a genius? You judge." That's like the main thumbnail. That's what it was when I saw it. So let's see if this dude is a genius. Not probably not. But then again, I'm dumb. So how am I gonna be able to tell that you're a genius? See how that works? I don't even know. So anyway, let's see how this turns out.
I always believed I was smart.
I try to believe that for me.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a high achiever. Getting the top grades was easy for me. And
nah, I'm dumb.
even when we moved up to secondary school, I was the highest in the group for everything.
Yeah, nah,
Science, maths, history,
maths.
you name it. And I wasn't just good at these classes.
You know my maths.
I was the best at them. I loved going to parents' evenings because teachers would go on and on about how smart and talented I was. They would say that I was certainly going to accomplish great things. Maybe I'd become a doctor or a lawyer.
How come they don't
I was
cheer
good at
how
debating,
dumb
too.
a child
I'd
is?
won our local debate competition 3 years in a row, so maybe I could even become a politician. I carried these ambitious dreams with me, and several years later, approached the end of school.
Oh my God.
Everyone was sending off university.
You look totally
applications,
different.
And naturally,
He's black.
I applied to the top universities in the UK. About a month later, I received a response from my top choice, an unconditional offer. For those of you who don't know what that means, when a university gives you an unconditional offer, it means that you have a place no matter what.
Oh.
The university was so confident in my abilities that I didn't even need to get the grades. Exam season was a breeze. During free lessons, while everyone around me was studying and stressing out, I played games on my phone. I did well in my exams, not that I needed to, and school came to an end. After a pretty uneventful summer, I finally moved to Manchester to attend my first day of uni. I remember it so vividly. Everyone sat down and we were asked to do some introductory test questions. For the first time since I could remember, I had no idea what to do.
Oh wow.
Everyone else scribbled away as I stared blankly at this piece of paper. This is fine, I thought. These guys probably only know what to do because they spent the summer studying. What nerds.
Right.
That evening, I came home and started studying harder than I ever had before, determined to reclaim my position as best in the class.
Best.
But
Nothing
as the weeks
less.
passed, I gradually realised that no matter how hard I worked, I could never keep up. I was always behind everyone else, and one
B
morning,
plus isn't
I
bad,
just gave
man.
up. I stopped attending classes and must have spent about 2 weeks in bed. I couldn't even muster the energy to care. As I aimlessly browsed my phone from the comfort of my room, I kept coming across Facebook posts by my old classmates. Each one told a unique story. Some people had jobs, others were laughing with their new friends. But the one thing that was visible across each post, they all looked so happy. Why
Yeah.
were they doing so much better than me now, when I had done so much better than them at school?
Oh.
I gradually became more and more bitter, until one uneventful afternoon, it hit me. I'd always seen being smart as synonymous with success, and in that regard, I suppose, I'd failed to realise that a person's worth is determined by more than just their intelligence.
Yep.
I started coming back to class, but my attitude had changed. My old classmates might not have had good grades, but they shone in their own ways through their compassion, their enthusiasm, and their creativity. I always believed I was smart, but it wasn't until this belief was challenged that I saw the bigger picture. I wasn't
Oh.
the genius that I'd grown up believing I was. Instead, it turned out that everyone around me was only of average intelligence. I don't even smart by comparison. This made me wonder, though, how many people out there are just like me, thinking that they're geniuses, when really they've just been hanging around with people who ultimately weren't so smart. Honestly, part of me is glad to be in this position because it gives me something new to work towards. At my old school, I never had to work hard to be the best. But here, I feel challenged. In order to become the best, I need to study harder than I ever have before. This is a new experience for me, and while it might be a hard one, I welcome it. After all, as the saying goes, diamonds are made under pressure.
I
Thanks for
like
listening.
that.
Please don't forget to like and
I never heard that before, but I do know it makes sense when you make an actual diamond in like a factory, or I don't think that's where they make them, but clearly I'm one of the average, well, below average, like for the dumb ones, you know, that he was like, all right, he would have felt absolutely smart near me. But like, you gotta, like, it starts off with coal, maybe, I think, how diamonds are made, and then like, you know, you gotta burn it, you gotta weld it or something like that. You gotta, you know, like smash it. You gotta. There's a lot to do to make diamonds or something like that. Clearly I've never made a diamond before, but it's something like that you gotta do. But but anyway, it's gonna be it for me. I shouldn't have even watched that video. Now y'all be like, oh yeah, he dumb. Hey yeah, like I mean, you already knew, but now this video will confirm it. So now I'm gonna have to quit YouTube or something. But I love everyone, all y'all's, and be a member of the Giggle Squad. Whew, I'm gonna get something to eat and just go to work and I don't know, somebody go to work for me. You want to go to work? Just probably won't even see this part of the video anyway, so we good. I ain't gonna worry about it. Whatever. We out. Chill.